So in this first problem, you had to determine how tall the tower was. Yes? So you know this angle. We are looking for this part that I'm going to label as X. Okay? So if that's kind of hard to see because I'm drawing on the picture, I'm going to draw my triangle over to the side. So I know that I have this angle, which is 75 degrees. I am looking for X, and I know that this side is 55. Once I get here, let's label this triangle. So I have opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Okay? All right, so now from here, I have opposite and adjacent. So of the big three that use opposite and adjacent, I want tangent. Okay? When you go to set this up, the angle is always going to attach to the trig function. So I'm going to have tan 75. Opposite is X. Adjacent is 55. So now I'm going to multiply both sides by that 55. So I have 55 times tan 75. Be extra careful that you are in degree mode. And I asked you to round to 2 decimal places. So that's 205.26. Now, if you were writing this out, I would prefer for you to put feet. But in this assignment, it was a numeric assignment, so it wouldn't even let you put a unit. Okay, but that's what I was looking for, 205.26. So, okay, in the information for the lake. So at the end of the day, we are going to be looking for how long the lake is. So we're looking for AC. They also tell me that this angle, and they're super specific in the problem, it says angle ABC. I will go ahead and warn you that in some problems, it will describe where the angle is. So you will have to think through the picture to imagine where the angle is going to be. One of the angles will always be 90 because trig doesn't work if you don't have a 90-degree angle, okay? So it tells me that I have 75 degrees, 12 minutes, 42 seconds. Okay, that unit of degree measure is not going to work in trig at all. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is convert the degrees, minutes, seconds into normal degrees. Okay, now there is the formula version of how to do that where you divide minutes by 60 and seconds by 360. However, I prefer another method. Take it or leave it. It's going to give you the same answer. But what I do is I start in the back. I take the 42 seconds, and I divide that by 60. So in my calculator, when I do 40 divided by 60, it gives me 0.7. So now I need to drop. I'm going to change colors. I need to drop down the 12. Then I'm going to divide that by 60. Perfect. Now, and here's where you went wrong. Is those of you who are saying 0.21, you rounded way too early, okay? And if you rounded way too early, you probably got 0.75 and got it wrong, okay? We're going to talk about that in a second. So you have 2, 1, 1, 6, 6, 6, a whole bunch of 6s and 7. Now, I'm going to teach you a hack in that 84 calculator to help with this rounding, okay? So before we do that, let's talk about what trig function we're going to need. Yes? So if I label this, I have opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. I'm going to be using opposite and adjacent. So what trig function am I using? Tangent, okay? So I'm going to have tangent of that crazy number is equal to x over 100. Then I would multiply both sides by 100, right? Okay. So now, let's talk about how to enter that in your calculator. Okay, do me a favor, in your calculators, wherever you are, do 12.7 divided by 60. From there, immediately press the plus sign. If you do it correctly, you should see ANS plus. ANS stands for answer. Yes? Add the 75 to it. Then press enter. If you did it correct, you should see the 75.2116666666667. Yes? Okay. So now that's what I want you to do. Now press the tan button. When you press tan in a parenthesis should pop up. Okay? Now from here, there is a function in the 84 calculator that says insert my last answer here. Okay, and that's what we want to do. We want to take the last answer we just had, the 75.21166666667, and put it inside tan. To do that, we're going to press the second button and then negative. If you look above negative, you'll see the letters A-N-S. That is answer. Close your parentheses, multiply it by 100. If you do that correctly, you should get 378 point. Now be careful because you have a whole lot of rounding. It should be 7, 9. What's after the 9? 7. What does the 7 tell the 9 to do? Round up. But then what does the 9 do to the 7 in front of it? It rounds it up too. So then I've got 8, but to bring back, I don't know, memories, I don't know if they're fond or like scary, you also need the 0 that is a significant digit that says I rounded to this place. That digit is super, super, super important. Okay? If you rounded too early, you told me this answer. Yeah? Which seems very, very small, but especially since we're doing a lot of things on a computer and I like made it very specific to a numeric answer, that's why things went wrong. However, as long as you have the procedure up here, like this part, good. If that part makes sense, I'm going to go back through and look at all of your answers. If you put this in as your answer and you got it wrong, I'm going to overwrite it to make it be right because that's just not cool. Yes, we don't have a chance to talk this through. But now that I've talked about it, do you think it's going, like I'm going to extend you the same courtesy next time? No, absolutely not. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have any additional questions about this? Masterful.